500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like five, six. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profit. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit them up with this resistance. Watch them roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, hey, we some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? What a crazy day in the market today. Wow. What a crazy day in the market today. Just absolute massive volatility. Massive volatility. The Dow Jones opened up 800 points and then went red. The SPY opened up around 410, pulled all the way back down to 399 and then bounced back. Just an absolute crazy day in the market. This volatility is nuts. CPI numbers came out today. CPI numbers were lower than expected. Okay, much lower than expected all across the board. This is great news. This is great news that inflation has come down now for the second consecutive month. It's the first time all year. First time all year that inflation number has come down in 2 consecutive back-to-back months. But tomorrow, everything that happened today could literally just be completely erased tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Fed meeting. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., we're going to find out if we're going to get 50 basis points, 25 basis points, 75 basis points. There's a 90% probability we're getting 50 basis points tomorrow. But what is Jerome Powell going to say? Is the Fed's dot plot going to move? Are they going to talk about maybe pausing? How many more rate hikes do we have to go? How much higher do we have to go? Are we going to go to 5%? Are we going to go to 5.15? Are we going to go to 4.85? Where are we going to stop? These are the questions now the market want to know about. The market's gapped up today huge on the back of the CPI number and then sold off. I think as people were scared of Jerome Powell tomorrow, that, hey, the data on inflation was so good that maybe Jerome Powell is going to be hawkish so the market doesn't get too ahead of itself, so that you don't have the dollar crash as soon as the CPI number came out. Bond yields crashed as soon as the CPI number came out and stocks exploded. As the day went on, that changed. The stocks started to pull themselves back. Stocks started to pull themselves back in, and we gave back the entire move. I will be the first person to tell you, I did not think that we were going to give back that entire move today. That action that we got in the markets today was just like, whoa. I was not expecting that. But that is a type of volatility that this market gives you. And tomorrow, if you think that today's volatility was crazy, just wait until you see what's going to happen tomorrow. I told you guys on my live stream just a couple of days ago that I thought that the next 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, could have the potential of being the most volatile 2 days back-to-back that you've had in the markets all year. And I now, after seeing what this market did today, after you got a much lower than expected CPI number, after seeing what the markets did today, now you have the Fed meeting tomorrow. I think you're going to have such intense volatility. And I can't wait for it. I love this volatility. I love this action. We have a lot to go into here today, guys. We have a lot to talk about. We've got to talk about what happened today. Does today's action solidify a Santa Claus rally, or does it erase a Santa Claus rally? Does Jerome Powell's actions tomorrow dictate whether or not the Santa Claus rally continues into the end of the year, or that the Grinch steals Christmas? What can Jerome Powell do tomorrow that will cause this market to crash even further? That's what we're going to be talking about here today, because there are specific things that Jerome Powell could say. His words tomorrow will mean everything. What are the things that he can say that would crash this market, that would spoil the Santa Claus rally? What could he say that would make this market move back to the upside, go back to the highs that you saw early this morning when the CPI number came out and everybody was excited that inflation had pulled itself all the way back down into 0.1% for the month-over-month number, which is basically flat. The expectation was 0.3 for the month-over-month number. I mean, these was a great CPI print. But the candle that you see on the chart today, the technicals, they really don't mean much, because tomorrow's catalyst is going to be that important. So today left you with a massive candle, a massive move from 410 all the way down to 399, 410.50 actually, all the way down to 399, about 11-point move. Okay, about an 11 to 12-point move in the markets today, even bigger if you count the pre-market high of 414. Tomorrow, I think, is going to give you just as much range. Huge moves in stocks today. Tesla, absolutely massive move to the downside. Coinbase, massive move to the downside. Moderna, massive move to the upside. I mean, you want to talk about massive opportunities and massive volatility. Guys, I know I keep using the word massive, but I think of any other word, gargantuan, maybe, for the size of the moves that these stocks made today. And tomorrow is going to be no different. So you better pay attention. We've got to talk about the game plan and go over what we expect from Jerome Powell tomorrow. A couple if this, then that scenarios like we did yesterday. If Jerome Powell says this, then expect that. If Jerome Powell says this, then I'd rather expect that. So give me your undivided attention, pay attention, because tomorrow has the potential to give you the answer of whether the markets go up or down for the next 2 weeks. Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream, folks. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, but now the current head trader and co-founder of True Trading Group. TTG is the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that's available today. If you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here for free. Where myself, other TTG Pro trading moderators, and special guests will drop golden nuggets and give you free lessons on education and trading, trade ideas, and market analysis that can help you become better traders immediately. So take a moment, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, share the stream, okay, on your own social media. Let's reach out and educate as many retail traders as we possibly can. But why should any of you listen to whatever I have to say on these live streams? I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I didn't scour through hours of YouTube videos to try to determine who's full of crap and who actually knows what they're talking about. I got hired at a hedge fund right out of college, my very first job, and I went through a 3-month educational training program while there. That's where I learned how to become a trader. I did not figure any of this stuff out on my own. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the stock market crash, but also the same year that I went on to receive one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now today, I'm the head trader and co-founder of True Trading Group, and along with my team of 9 other professional trading moderators and an over 20-person staff, we've helped thousands of people from all over the world to learn, trade, and profit consistently. Like I said, we're the fastest growing and highest rated premium educational platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools. We do workshops and provide mentorship on stocks, options, crypto, futures for all styles of trading, day trading, swing trading, and yes, even long-term investing. We do it all here inside True Trading Group. You get all the day trade notifications and alerts, all the swing trade notification and alerts, and all the long-term investing notifications and alerts. You see, we take that university level curriculum and we combine it with today's top financial tools. Tools that if you went to the companies themselves directly would cost you about $5,000 to $6,000 a year. They're included on the TTG platform when you become an annual member at no additional cost. There's no upcharge or upsells for courses or tools when you guys join our platform. It's all included. You're also going to get access to over 10,000 of the TTG members, over 10,500 members in True Trading Group from all over the world. The most educated, helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders you were ever going to find. And of course, you're going to get all the real-time trade alerts from myself and the rest of the TTG moderators that cumulatively have been able to maintain just around an 80% win rate now going on the last 2 years. So if you are new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe, smash that like button, turn on your notifications, share the stream on your own social media. Let's reach out, let's educate, let's empower as many retail traders as we possibly can. We've got a lot to talk about and uncover here today for you guys, folks, because this was an absolutely insane day in the overall markets. I mean, we had a huge gap up today. I mean, just a huge gap up today, all the way up there to 410, and then you sold it off. Now, right here, this is yesterday's close. So it still is a green day in the market. I mean, the markets are still up 0.75% today. It's not anywhere near the almost 3% move that we were up early in the morning. We gave a huge chunk of it back, but the SPY did still finish in the green, but underneath the 200-day moving average. So underneath that 200-day moving average, okay, that is kind of the key takeaway from today's action is this yellow line that you see on my screen. You see that yellow line on my screen. We closed just underneath it, and we're unable to hold above that 200-day moving average after this massive gap up today. And in order to kind of help me through this conversation, I want to actually have a very open and just open, transparent conversation with you guys here on the live stream today. I'm sure people have a lot of questions. People are probably wondering what the hell happened today. Why did the market move as wildly and as largely as it did? And what does this mean for tomorrow? What does it mean for a Santa Claus rally? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? In order to help me have that conversation with you guys, I'm actually going to bring on my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group to help me go through this conversation, ask a bunch of the tough questions that a lot of you probably have similar questions. Everybody give a big warm Ayo welcome to Adam.
Oye, Miguel.
Yeah, Adam, how are you?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? Crazy day today, bro.
Yep. So this is a big night or a big afternoon for True Trading Group. Joe is producing the live stream while I am on the live stream without having to type the little comments in. So I'm sure he's working on a ask your questions thing right. Oh, God dang, he's good.
Way to go, Joe.
I got to tell you, man, everyone needs a Joe in their life.
Listen,
everybody needs a Joe in their life.
If everyone had a Joe in their lives, everyone would be much happier people.
Yeah. I'm going to get right into it, man. I want to know, the title of this live stream literally was Jerome Powell will cause a stock market crash tomorrow during the FOMC meeting if he does this. This that we're referring to in the title is being overly hawkish. Does he have that power right now?
Absolutely. He has that power. Jerome Powell is the most powerful man in the world right now because his words will either increase or decrease the valuation of asset prices around the world by trillions of dollars. My opinion, that is the most powerful man in the world because just his words.
Some would argue that Kanye was – no, I'm just kidding.
Just his words will move the market 2%, 3%, 4%. That's trillions of dollars in valuation change. So tomorrow is going to be a big day. I mean, if you just look at the last time Jerome Powell spoke in an open forum, The last time he spoke in an open forum, okay, is right here. Look at the size of the candle that was put in on that day. It's actually even bigger than the CPI number candle itself.
We're talking about Jerome's candle.
We're talking about Jerome's candle. This is Jerome's candle. Okay. Look at this wasn't a Fed decision. This wasn't a rate hike. Ladies and gentlemen, this was just Jerome Powell making a speech at the Brookings Institution. That's all that was. This was your CPI data. Now you have Jerome Powell going to be speaking again tomorrow, answering questions. Our good friend Steve Leisman is going to be asking him a bunch of questions when he comes through and does the statement and Q&A press conference. So it's going to be the Fed rate decision is going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then at 2:30 will be the press conference where Jerome Powell will read a written statement, and then he'll answer questions from the crowd. And Steve Leisman, senior economics reporter for CNBC, is a great friend of True Trading Group. He's been a guest on our live streams many times. And, maybe we can try to see if we can get him back on maybe at some point later at the end of this week or maybe next week to kind of talk about what happened with CPI, what happened with the Fed meeting, what Jerome Powell said, and try to get his take and his spin. We'll see if we can try to maybe do that for you guys and have him back on here. I know you guys really enjoy when Steve's on here and gives us his insight and his opinion. He's the guy that I listen to on a daily basis. When he speaks, I listen. So if that means anything for you guys, his words are those of a very wise man. So we'll see if we can maybe get him back on here for you guys.
Also, guys, right now I just posted a poll in the YouTube chat. Please just take a minute. It's really simple. Just answer the poll. Depending on the answer to that poll, we may do something here tonight, pretty special for you. All right. So he does have that power.
Yes, he does. And let me just clarify. There's a couple of people that are saying, hey, can you give me the dates of these candles so I can follow along? No problem. The date of Jerome Powell's last public speech was November 30th. Okay. November 30th. That's the last time Jerome Powell spoke publicly. And that was, you had this massive candle. Now, that's not a rate decision. That was just him giving a speech at the Brookings Institution. Tomorrow, you're going to get a rate decision and a press conference from Jerome Powell. So expect fireworks tomorrow. He does have the power to crash this market. He also has the power to rally this market. If he's overly hawkish tomorrow, and he says, if he downplays the lighter than expected CPI number, if he downplays it, if he's like, yeah, CPI was better than expected, but big deal. I'm not happy yet. It's still too high. I want to see 3 or 4 consecutive months before I feel that we've got inflation under control. If that's the tone and the stance that he takes, he has the power to drop this market back to 390 tomorrow. You can see another 11-point move to the downside tomorrow if that is the stance that he takes. And if that is the stance he takes, I think that really jeopardizes the Santa Claus rally, and the Grinch comes and sweeps up everybody's gifts and drops coal in their stockings on his way out. But he also has the power to rally the markets back by acknowledging that inflation is doing exactly what the Fed wants it to do, because it is. What you saw out of the CPI number last month and what you saw out of the CPI number this month is exactly what the Fed wants to see. And to be honest with you, that CPI number, it's actually lower in reality than the number that you get. There's a major flaw in the way that CPI is calculated when CPI calculates shelter. The shelter data regarding real estate prices that is used, the formula that is used in the equation for CPI is a drastically lagging indicator for shelter and real estate. Shelter and real estate in this CPI number still actually said that real estate and shelter prices went up. We all know if you look at up-to-date rent and real estate home prices on places like Zillow and other up-to-date real estate data accumulators, it's not true. Real estate prices have come down. They have not still gone up, but in the CPI number, it still has gone up. So the CPI number actually is a little bit lower than what it shows you on the print that came out today when you factor in real-time shelter data. There's a massive lag. And that's something that economists and analysts have been arguing about the way that CPI is calculated now for quite a while. A lot of people want to see that changed, but it is what it is. You can't, that's the equation that's used. It is what it is, right? We're not going to change that. So Jerome Powell has the power to crash the market if he just swipes this better than expected CPI number under the rug and says, it's great, but big deal. We have a long way to go still. But if he acknowledges it, he takes a little bit of a victory lap and says, yep, this is exactly what we wanted to see. This is a good sign. Inflation's coming down. Things look pretty good. It looks like we've rolled over the edge a little bit. Inflation's cooperating. We feel good. The economy is still strong. But we still do have a little ways to go. We're not at a neutral rate yet, because I think you're going to get both sides. He has the potential to do both. He does have that kind of power. His words will move this market in a massive way tomorrow.
Okay. And do you look, I'm not trying to put on the tinfoil hat, right?
Yeah, sure.
Do you believe, or is it possible that perhaps the market picked up on the fact that Jerome didn't necessarily, or the Fed didn't necessarily want to see the market all the way up 415, 416, whatever?
Yeah.
And then so it's, so it got a little bit ahead of itself, and then it pulls all the way back in. And then tomorrow, after he speaks, depending on what he is, because honestly, I mean, I kind of feel like as long as he's a little bit more neutral than anything tomorrow and doesn't like poo-poo the CPI data, market's going to go insane.
Yeah. That's a great point, Adam. I think you're spot on. I feel like the reason why the market sold off today, and let's be clear. We say the market sold off. The SPY is still green today. The markets did not crash today. The markets are not red. Okay, let's be clear. The S&P 500 is up 0.7%. It's green. We're higher today than we were yesterday. But we were a hell of a lot higher early in the day. A lot of that move was given back. So when we talk about the sell-off today, we're still green, but there's a big sell-off off the highs. The reason why I think that happened today is because you had a 12-point move to the upside as soon as that CPI number came out. We were at 402 on the SPY. That CPI number came out. We shot to 414 in a matter of seconds. What I think happened was we shot right up into a level of resistance, which is a level of resistance that we've talked a lot about on these live streams. If you look at the daily chart that I have in front of you all now, you'll see resistance right here at the end of the very first day of December. You'll see resistance back here in early September. And then prior to that, you see support in August. That's a level of resistance from a charting standpoint. And you see that's the high of the day today. This is a level of resistance. We gapped into that level of resistance today, and it was a huge gap up. And what I think happened was, as soon as the stock market gapped up like this and the CPI number came out, two very important things happened. The dollar dropped big time, and so did bond yields. Bond yields cratered. The dollar cratered. What does that mean when those two things happen? Financial conditions have loosened. That's what that means. When yields go down and the dollar goes down, financial conditions are loosening, meaning it is cheaper to borrow money. When it's cheaper to borrow money, that sparks investment, it sparks growth, it sparks spending, it sparks economic activity, which does not help bring inflation down. It actually does the opposite. So what I think happened today is everybody got so excited at 8:30 that inflation has rolled over, that they then said, and the markets made such a huge move that people probably said, you know what? Wait a second. financial conditions are loosening too much. Jerome Powell doesn't want to see this. Jerome Powell might come out tomorrow and just put the kibosh on it and be like, hold on a second, market. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, because that's what happened at the Jackson Hole meeting back in August. If you remember back in August, that was this day right here. And for those that are following along, asking for the dates, August 26th was the Jackson Hole meeting. Again, that's not a rate decision day. That's just a speech from Jerome Powell. The market rallied in June and July. In July and August, the markets rallied. And financial conditions loosened. Treasury yields came down, the dollar came down, mortgage rates came down, right? And then Jerome Powell came out and was like, no, he was extremely hawkish so that financial conditions can tighten again. And I think that financial conditions loosened too much today to where people were excited that inflation had rolled over, that they got scared that Jerome Powell was going to be now more hawkish than he might have been otherwise at tomorrow's rate decision and tomorrow's press conference. And people said, you know what? This is a huge move. Let's take some risk off the table. Let's take some profits ahead of Jerome Powell tomorrow. Now that Jerome Powell is going to come out and speak, he's either going to confirm or deny that thought process. But I think that's what happened today. It was such a huge, guys, the Dow Jones was up over 800 points. That is a massive move. The CPI data was fantastic. It's exactly what you want to see. But I think that financial conditions loosened too much. And that's why you got that deep of a pullback. Now, I will be the first person to tell you, I did not think the SPY was going to drop back down to 400. I was looking for the SPY to hold. We talked about this in the live stream last night. I was looking for us to hold around 406. Like I actually said to you yesterday, watch for a gap up to 410, 412, then pull back to 406. Then we're going to try to be getting long there around 406. That was my game plan today. And when we pulled back to 406, I started getting long. Like when you got that pullback on the SPY today into this region, I'm looking at longs. I got long Netflix, right? Like I got long Boeing. I'm looking at longs. And I ended up, taking profits off, but the market rolled over again. Once the market made that new low, that's when I'm like, wait a second. We're not holding these levels that I wanted us to hold. So I started quickly just readjusting my game plan, getting out of my longs. I took profits off on the Netflix trade. I got a 75% of my Boeing trade. And I was like, something doesn't smell right. We're not holding the support levels that I wanted us to hold. Now I was long some really strong stocks. So I wasn't losing money on the move to the downside because I'm getting out of them. Right? I'm like, the market's not holding these levels. I didn't think we were going to go all the way down to this 400. I didn't think we were going to go all the way down to here. I didn't, but we did. And I adjust my game plan in the middle of the day like that. Now you kind of bounce back off those levels, but this is like a piss poor bounce. I would have much rather have seen the market get back to here and said, wow, that's a really nice bounce. It's a nice recovery. But we didn't do that today. We kind of like dragged ass a little bit going into the close. So now it's all up to Jerome Powell. I think people were cautious because the number was so good. The markets moved so high. Yields in the dollar pulled back so much that it was almost too much. The markets would have rather just gapped up to like 403 or 404. Seen yields pull back slightly, seen the dollar pull back 25 cents, not the dollar pull back over $1. Not see yields crater, 20 basis points. And I think people just got a little too nervous that Jerome Powell was going to say, a little Makembe Mutombo action and just say, poof, tomorrow. Now we'll see if he actually does
that. There is almost with all certainty that we are getting a 50 basis point rate hike tomorrow, correct?
Yes. There is a 90% likelihood of a 50 basis point rate hike.
Okay.
There's a 90 basis
there really isn't anything that he can say tomorrow. At least I don't think. If the I'm drawing a blank, the big number. The
Fed funds target.
If the Fed's funds target, comes down.
Yeah.
And we get 50 basis points. I believe everyone is expecting between 50 and 25 basis points in February.
For sure.
Right. What could he possibly say tomorrow to undermine what we just saw in the CPI data? I'm just saying, let's just, if the Fed's fund rate comes down,
Fed funds target.
the Fed funds target comes down.
Yep.
We get the 50 basis point rate hike. CPI data looks great. Anything that he's going to say, I mean, because no one is expecting him to pause rate hikes in February, right?
Some people are.
All right, well, those people are ridiculous. But
well, depends on what happens with December and January inflation.
I hear
I realize
more than likely, most people are expecting rate hikes in February.
Oh, yes. I thought you meant pause after the February meeting.
No, I mean pause before February. Like,
no. Nobody expects that.
No.
You're getting another hike in February. The question is, do you get one more in March?
Okay, fine. So I am saying, just hear me out for a second. If he says 50 basis points, the CPI is improved, but we're going to stay on it till we finish the job, because he's going to say something like that for sure.
Yes, he is.
The Fed's funds target is going to, if that comes down.
Which it did today.
Right. So what I'm saying is, okay, so that's down. We're going to get the 50 basis points. Nobody expects there to be a pause prior to February. What the hell could this guy say tomorrow that could ruin this?
If he tells you that they're still not happy with what they're seeing in inflation. So
crap, what he's happy with or not, because the
numbers, you need to.
But hold on a second, because the numbers are going to be in line with what everyone thinks anyways. He's not going to do. I'm saying if he does 50 tomorrow, the Fed's funds target comes down, and we expect 50 to 20, 25 to 50 basis points in February. Who cares if he is doing a backflip tomorrow? Because the numbers are the numbers.
The market wants to know where the Fed funds target is going to land. If the market thinks the Fed funds target, meaning for those that don't understand what the Fed funds target rate is, that's where they're going to raise rates to and then stop. Okay. So like you're going to get a 50 basis point rate hike tomorrow, right? So let me just see. So you're going to get a 50 point 50. Let me just do the math real quick. 25 plus 0.5 plus 0.75 plus 0.75 plus 0.75. Okay. So tomorrow, after a 50 basis point rate hike, you're going to be at a 4.25 rate. Okay. If you get 50 basis points tomorrow, where they're going to stop matters, because that tells you when are they done, right? So if the Fed funds target is 5%, which is where it has been for the last several weeks, the target is 5%. Now, there's a futures market that actually tracks this, where traders are making bets where they think it's going to land, and it's fluctuated from like 4.96 to like 5.02, right? But for all intents and purposes, it's been 5%. Today, after the CPI number, it dropped to 4.88. Now, if it drops to 4.88, okay, what does that mean? That means that you're looking at pausing. Okay, you're looking at maybe like a 50 basis point rate hike in February and then pausing. Now, if you get one more rate hike in February and then they pause, that means that they will fall well under 5%. You would stop at like 4.75, well beneath 5%. And if that is the case, if the markets think that we're going to stop at 4.75, the markets are going to rally. If the markets think that the Fed is going to go past 5%, which would mean you get 50 basis points tomorrow, you get 50 basis points in March, you get maybe in February, then maybe you get another 50 basis points in March. Now you're over 5%. The markets would sell off on that. So it really is going to come down to, where is their target? Where do they think they have to take rates to before they stop? That's the Fed funds target rate. So the dot plot tomorrow matters. The dot plot is, where do the members of the Fed, where do all the members of the Fed think? Where do the members of, that's really good. Where do the members of the Fed think they're going to raise rates to before they pause? And if the dot plot moves from, let's say, 5 to 4.8 or 4.85, the markets will rally. So if Jerome Powell just poo-poos this and swipes this under the rug and goes, yeah, CPI came down, it's great, but services are way too high.
Didn't services come down?
Services are the problem with inflation. The services side is where the problem with inflation still lies. Goods inflation has cratered. And everything, when I look at this inflation report, everything has either come down or is about to come down. Like apparel is about to crater. So like your December CPI number, apparel is gonna drop significantly. Why?
So you think my Yeezys are not going to be worth anything?
Your Yeezys, yeah, will not be worth as much as they used to be. But you have all of these
Balenciaga shirts.
Your Balenciaga shirts are not going to be worth as much. But as you get into the holidays, all these retail companies, Nike, Lululemon, right? Like, all these retail companies, they have way too much inventory that they need to mark down in order to get rid of the inventory and get it off of their books. The inventory levels is a big problem for retail. So when you go into the holidays, you're going to see massive markdowns for holiday deals and holiday sales from apparel. That is going to bring the price of apparel in the CPI equation down drastically. And as more time goes on, guys, shelter and real estate prices, they're not going up. This number showed you that real estate is still going up. It is not. You just go on Zillow. Every single house you look at, price cut, 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 price cut. You go to the hottest areas of rent in the United States, and new leases, because that's how you have to look at it. You can't be like, oh, well, my rent is still high. Yes, because you're locked into a 12-month lease and you just renewed it 7 months ago in the height of the rental explosion. New leases are coming down. So shelter is coming down, and it hasn't really showed up yet in the CPI number because the way that it's calculated has a massive several-month lag. But as you go forward into December and January, apparel is going to come down. You're going to have real estate's going to come down more. Even healthcare came down, and that was a big surprise to see healthcare and medical costs come down.
Not on my end, it hasn't.
If he poo-poos it, right? If he poo-poos it, and he's like, it's not, I'm not really too high. We still got a long way to go. Then that dot plot goes back to the upside, and that Fed funds futures rate goes from 4
dude, he's not going to come out and say, we did it, mission accomplished. He's not going to pull a Bush.
No, of course not. Everybody knows that. No one's expecting.
What would be considered a poo-poo versus a yay? Like, what are you looking for?
The yay would be recognizing and taking a little bit of a victory lap. Now, here, listen. If I'm Jerome Powell,
what that looks like, though,
I'm telling you, if I'm Jerome Powell, there has been the Federal Reserve has come under such scrutiny over the last several months. They've lost a tremendous amount of their credibility by keeping rates low for too long, for keeping quantitative easing for way too long, for waiting too long to raise rates, for waiting too long to start quantitative tightening, right? And now they're getting all this slack because they're raising rates too aggressively. They've lost a lot of credibility. A lot of people are like, you guys are idiots. If I'm Jerome Powell, and the last 2 inflation reports that have come out is literally exactly what they want to see, I'm taking a little bit of a victory lap. I'm telling you, hey, inflation is doing exactly what we thought. We got this. That's what I would say. But I would, in the same breath, tell everybody, we're not done. Inflation is still way too high, but it's doing what we expected it to do. We have it under control. It's coming down at a pace we are happy with.
I don't think there's a shot in hell that he says we have it under control tomorrow.
I mean, he's not going to use those exact words. I'm just giving you, this is the broad, like, vibe you want to get from him. This is the tone that you would want to hear from him.
It just feels like it's going to be such a blurred line between poo-pooing it and everything that we're talking about right now. That's going to be hard to decipher what is.
I agree. That was right, but that's not the question that you asked me.
Okay.
That's not what you said. What could he say? Right? I think he's going to walk the line. I think you're going to hear, hey, the last 2 inflation numbers are promising. It looks like inflation is coming down, but we still have a long way to go. We're not at neutral yet. Inflation is still far too high. The economy remains resilient. Consumer spending is still high. The labor market is still very, very strong. It's very tight. We're beginning to see signs of it loosening, but the labor market is still very, very strong. Inflation is cooperating. It's coming down in some areas faster than others, but we still have to stay at it until the job is done. That's what you're going to hear from him.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So it's going to be important. But the markets, I think the markets sold off today because of the fear that Jerome Powell was going to be more hawkish tomorrow, because he didn't see, because he would see the market today rip to the upside, and he would see financial and yields dropped, the dollar dropped, financial conditions eased, and he might come out and poo-poo it and be like, listen, that's great. CPI was better than expected for 2 months. It's still 7%. It's still way too high. We want to get it to 2. We got a long way to go. And if he just did that, and he would rain on everybody's parade, I think a lot of people took profits ahead of that possibility to just protect themselves.
I think that if he comes out tomorrow and is more dovish than hawkish, he knows, he's not a stupid person. He's not a stupid person. So
no, he's definitely not. And he knows that his words move the market. Like he knows every financial institution and professional around the world, not just here. Everyone in the world listens to what Jerome Powell says.
Yeah. They think so. I think a lot of people in the chat think that I'm a guest on this show.
What?
There's a lot of people in the chat that think that I'm a guest on this live stream.
Oh, I see some. Yeah. Okay, guys, let me clarify. I see it, Adam. Guys, this guy underneath me is not a guest. He's my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group. He's the business mind behind True Trading Group, the guy responsible for the platform and getting all these tools and resources onto the TTG platform so you don't have to pay for them. He's not a trader. He comes on these live streams and we do these open discussions because a lot of the questions that he asks are a lot of the questions that you guys have. And it's a really good open discussion to make sure that we get a lot of the points across that me as an experienced trader, sometimes I might just kind of like fly over something because it's so basic for me, but sometimes people that are brand new might not understand something that I'm talking about. Like when we say Fed funds target rate, like forget that some people might not know what that means. So I have to explain it, and we have to talk about this. He's not a guest, okay? Adam is the co-founder of the company that you're watching the live stream for.
That's incredible. Yeah, but who is Gary Gensler? All right. So thinking here. So one of the things that I want to do today is as follows. We're going to continue this Q&A. I just want to take 2 seconds here. We're going to continue the Q&A though, okay? Hang on 1 second.
Yeah, let me guys, let me actually see how many people are. We have about 1,300 people on the live stream with us right now. How many of you are not members of True Trading Group? If you're not a member of True Trading Group, just type TTG real quick. I just want to see how many people are not a member. We're not done with. We're going to continue this conversation, guys. But I just want to see how many people.
Yeah, I'm just curious because type TTG in chat if you are not a member of True Trading Group.
We got Spencer, Christopher Ennis, Evan Vera, Mark Miles, Jonathan Wilson, Linda, Francisco, Adonis. I always loved that name, Adonis. I think it's such a dope name. Chad, Balsack, Dr. Bob, Scott, Bilal. Oh, Dr. Bot just found us today. Dr. Bot, welcome to the stream, man. I'm glad you found us. Garrick, Raraletto, Scott, Mason,
oh my God, Johnny Gutierrez is here.
Johnny Gutierrez, welcome back. Lisa Lindsay, Smooth Operator, Shorting Santa. I like that username.
That is a cool username.
Paul just found us yesterday. Welcome. Or I don't know if you mean you just joined True Trading Group yesterday or you just joined the live stream yesterday. I'm not sure, but ACB, Omar, Alvin, Jason, TD. A lot of new faces here today. Jamie. Great, guys.
Been around since 2020. Nice.
Felix.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do today. I have Sammer. Can you wave to the camera real quick?
No, because he works in the dark.
Yeah, nobody can see him.
Like a weirdo. So
wave?
Nobody can see him. Guys, that's
you gotta stick your head through the light. Can you stick your head through the light and wave to people?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, there he is. Oh, Sammer.
What's up?
So Sammer is our Chief Technology Officer over at True Trading Group, and we have to make some. We have been working on updates on the checkout page, getting ready for the big holiday push. So unfortunately, nobody can sign up for an annual membership right now. If you go to the page, you put in the code, it'll be there. But if you put in your card information and click sign up, it won't work for this moment. What I want to do, because that's on us, we did something about a week ago, and I want to try it again tonight, just because I think that it'll be good, especially with what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
How many of you in here right now are not members and would love a free True Trading Group membership? Type TTG in chat if you are not a member and you would want a free True Trading Group membership. Go ahead. If you are not a member of True Trading Group and you want a free True Trading Group membership, type TTG in chat.
Ooh, people like free stuff.
Yeah, look how much more people.
Yeah, way more people are typing TTG now than they did before. Where were you before when I said type TTG if you're not a member? Now
yeah, but this is also not just a joke to get you guys to do that. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this Q&A for a little bit longer. All right. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the main chat and we're going to do a like an onboarding or welcome, right? But before we do that, I will go ahead and give anyone that signs up for the trial right now. Our trial is $3. It's a one-time payment of $3. If you want a shot at a free membership tonight, go to ttgthree.com. That's ttgthree.com right now and sign up for our $3 trial. Joe, walk us through this. So you're going to put in your first name. You're going to put in your email. And then you're going to click, yes, I want this. And then you're going to select all the traffic lights. And God help you if you don't select all those traffic lights.
Whoever makes those things pisses me off because it's always like
all
the
right.
one corner.
So then you're going to be taken to a page where you will have to apply to be a trial member. This is very simple. So Joe, go ahead, fill out the form. Just a couple of multiple choice questions. Answer as honestly as possible. All right, we're almost there. Let's go. And then you'll click on the green button at the bottom. You'll select next. The page will then load, and then you will be taken to the checkout page. On this checkout page, you will notice that it literally says you have a $3 trial. That's it. There is no automatic upgrade. There is no automatic renewal. The $3 is there to make sure that you are a real person. That's it.
Yeah, guys, it's not. There's no automatic upgrade. There's no recurring payment.
If you don't go ahead and actually re-enter your information to sign up for an annual membership, you will never be charged another $1, from us ever again. So what I'm saying is, if you want a free membership to True Trading Group, sign up for the trial, and then immediately following this stream, we're going to end here a little bit early. Immediately following this stream, everyone's going to go into the main chat. I will show you all how to do that. Okay? And then we will do a giveaway for a free True Trading Group membership in chat.
Yeah, this is cool.
All right? And I will give a complete onboarding or welcome, show you guys the entire platform in there and how to use it so you get the most out of your trial. If there was ever a day to do this, today is that day, especially with tomorrow and the rest of the week.
With what's going on the rest of this week.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
It's $3, dude. That's it.
Yeah, guys, you'll still, and you'll have access to the trial. The trial is 7 days with us in our platform and with us in chat. 7 trading days. So the weekends don't count against your trial. So you get 7 trading days with us inside True Trading Group. And if you guys sign up for the trial right now, again, it's one-time payment of $3. There's no automatic upgrade, or you don't automatically get upgraded to an annual membership. There's no reoccurring payment, none of that. It's a one-time payment of $3. We do that just to make sure you're a real person. We don't have a bunch of bots and shit coming into our chat. Yeah. We maintain the integrity and the quality of the chat room. We're very, very serious about protecting that. And that's why we do that. But you'll have a chance at winning a free membership if you join the trial today. And you'll also, even if you don't win the free membership, you'll be able to trade with us for the next 7 days. So, and get yourself familiarized with the TTG platform and what it's like to be part of the community. That is really cool. So go to ttgthree.com and you guys can sign up for our trial.
All right, cool. Now, here's what I will say. The website didn't accept my application. Yep, that's because it's not going to accept everyone's application.
Yep.
There are some people, depending on depending on your answers, True Trading Group's probably not for you. This is not for everyone. Okay?
Yeah, guys, like I said, quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity.
So that is why there is an application that you have to fill out. Okay? There's an application to fill out, and if your application
cost you $3 to fill out the application.
Yeah, no, you only pay the $3. You'll fill out the application. If your application is approved based on the answers that you put in, Then you'll be directed to the checkout page. Then you'll check out and pay the $3. And yes, Dimitri, correct. The trial is 7 trading days, not 7 days total. So the week, Saturday and Sunday, do not count against your 7 days. So it's 7 trading days.
And also, just to give you guys a heads up, because this was our fault this evening, what we will do is anyone that signs up for the trial tonight, including our existing trial members, or if you were a previous member before, I will give you a discount tonight that will be a take it or leave it. If you don't win the free membership, I will give you a take it or leave it discount tonight. The discount will be so in your favor that there is no, I've got to think about it. There is no, it'll be literally take it or leave it. You're going to want to take it. If you've ever been on the fence about joining us, if this is your first time, you're going to want to hear it. Either way, you get a chance at a free membership. Okay?
Yeah, good luck, guys. Good luck.
So I will show you in a little bit. Let's answer some more questions, and then I will show you in a little bit how to get into the chat room. All right? So while we go through this, Mr. Michael.
Mr. Adam.
What does your gut tell you tomorrow?
I think my gut tells me that the markets are going to react in a bullish way tomorrow to Jerome Powell's statement. When I heard Jerome Powell speak on November 30th at the Brookings Institution, he gave a much different tone than he had the last 3 times that he spoke. The last 3 times that he had spoke the last 4 times, he was extremely hawkish. And that tone changed when he gave his speech on November 30th. That was before you got this CPI number. And the markets loved what he said. We actually went straight up that whole day after he spoke. So my gut tells me that Jerome Powell gives you 50 basis points tomorrow, takes a little bit of a victory lap, and makes the market feel like inflation is under control, that it's doing what they thought it was going to do. And he's going to tell people that the economy is still holding up. And he's going to say that there is still a very possible chance of a soft landing.
I think if he says anything that sounds, I think he could say mosh panding and the market's going to go to 450 tomorrow.
No,
if he says anything that resembles that he believes the soft landing is still on the table,
he's going to. He's absolutely going to.
Oh,
because,
bro! Don't say that.
Listen, you've never had in history a Fed chairman tell you we're going to have a recession.
No, but maybe he just doesn't talk about it. You know what I mean?
No Fed chairman has ever said, hey, a recession's coming. He's not going to say that. He's going to continue to tell you a soft landing is possible. And I think that because he said these things on his Brookings Institution speech, he said, slowing down the pace of rate hikes may be appropriate at this time. He said things about, a soft landing is still possible. Like these are all the things he said at the Brookings Institution before he knew the CPI number came in light. Now the CPI number comes in light. Maybe he's a little bit more steadfast with that approach of, hey, no, guys, we could do this. This still is possible. Maybe he's a little bit more convincing, and the markets can move to the upside. I just can't imagine if he was less hawkish on November 30th. I just don't see why he'd be more hawkish now if inflation
Maybe what he saw in the market today spooks him.
And maybe that's why the markets pulled back the way that they did. And
that's what I thought. That's what I said today also. It looked like, it kind of looked like a kid that got like a little too far ahead of his parents today and had to be like, and was like, oh, let me just pull myself back in here a little bit. That's what it looked like. It was like, oh, wait a second, turn the music down. Don't let anyone know we're home right now, you know?
Yep. Man. It's a good point. It's a really good point. I do think that's
because once he's done with tomorrow, other than some you have quad witching, you have some job numbers, but that's really it. Yeah. Right? For the rest of the year. And you got a clear runway.
The direction the market goes tomorrow, I think, is the direction it goes for the next 2 weeks. So I think that if the market does this tomorrow, the market does that tomorrow, then I think you get your Santa Claus rally and you probably finish the year somewhere up here. And I think this is very, very possible. The markets do this tomorrow because Jerome Powell just takes a gigantic fat crap on the market and makes everybody feel like they're not finished. Then I think the markets will continue to the downside and you finish the year somewhere down here. So the direction the markets go tomorrow, and it really is really just the direction the markets go tomorrow afternoon, because the morning, the mornings, the markets are going to be trading and the markets are going to be moving and digesting and following through from today. But the announcement's at 2:00, the speech is at the Q&A is at 2:30. Or the press conference rather is at 2:30. So I think that the direction that the market goes tomorrow will be the direction that I'm going to focus on for the rest of the year. So if I get a big green day tomorrow, for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be long-minded and I'm going to be buying pullbacks into the end of the year. So when I'm day trading, when I'm swing trading, I'm going to be buying pullbacks if I get a big green candle tomorrow. If there's a big red candle tomorrow, then I'm going to look to short every single bounce attempt that I get going into the end of the year. So what I see tomorrow is going to really lay out the plan on how I plan on making money for the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. All right, real quick. I want to walk people through this. Again, if you're just joining us right now, or if you're just, tuning in, we are giving away a free, so let me back up. We had an issue on our end that we are working to fix on our checkout page. Because of this, we are offering a free True Trading Group membership to any trial that signs up right now. Right when this live stream is done, we're all going to go in the chat room inside True Trading Group, and we're going to give away one annual membership to True Trading Group to a trial member. And then right after that, I'm going to give out a special one-time offer that will be take it or leave it for any trial member that is in chat at that time. Okay, let me show you how to get in. So if you haven't done so, go to TTGTHREE.com. That's TTGTHREE.com. You're going to enter your first name, your email. You're going to click yes, I want this. You're going to fill out the application on the next page, and then you're going to pay the $3 for the trial. That $3 is no automatic renewal, no automatic upgrade. When the 7 days are done, your trial simply expires. We never charge you another penny ever again. All right. Now, let me show you how to log in to our chat room. So right here is our website, truetradinggroup.com. On the top right, you will select log in. On this page, I will put in my temporary trial credentials, and I will log in. Now, this is your trial dashboard. As you can see here, the way that we do our trial is everyone is given a unique coupon code just for them. The first price for the first 2 days is $14.20, then $14.70, $14.97, $16.98. None of you will pay anywhere near that. tonight with the offer that I'm going to give you. Again, this is on us. Okay? If you're already a trial, all you have to do is just be in the chat as a trial when we do this. Okay? I will extend this offer to all current trial members as well. Now, once you're on your member dashboard, scroll down, and on the left-hand side where it says main chat room, right here, you will click that. Now you are in the chat room, okay? Now you are in the chat room. Right now, there is only 25 people in here, but I just opened it. So a lot more will be coming in here soon. All right? So there you go. That's how you get into the chat. So if you're a trial member, if you just signed up, go to your dashboard, click main chat room, sign in. It is time to sign in if you are a trial member. We're going to be wrapping up soon here. Okay? If you're not yet a trial member, go to TTGTHREE.com. That's TTG3 spelled out. Sign up for the trial. We're giving away a free 1-year membership that will come with a laptop and a one-on-one. All right. What if I used to be a trial member a few months ago. Any chance I can sign up as a trial again? Yes, but not to, if you were a trial member a few months ago, I'm not going to offer the free membership, but I will offer the discount if you want to do that again. Okay? So, yep, time to sign into chat. Yep, boom, boom, boom. All right. Mike, any closing thoughts here?
Don't drive yourself crazy tomorrow morning. There is going to be a massive move in the market once Jerome Powell is giving his press conference at 2:30. So don't do anything too wild tomorrow morning that would jeopardize your trading for the rest of the day. Like, don't get yourself into some crazy position with a stock that's halting a bunch of times. Don't go after a YOLO play. You don't want to put yourself in a big hole before the party, right? It's like, don't go ahead at, if Thanksgiving dinner is at 3:00, then don't go eat a 6-foot, don't go eat a sub sandwich at 1:00 and ruin dinner. There's going to be so much opportunity after that announcement and the press conference that you want to make sure that you're mentally in a neutral place, that you're not pissed off and you're not revenge trading. Like, don't put yourself in positions where you can be in a massive hole before the announcement comes out, because there's going to be a lot of volatility when that announcement is made. There's going to be a lot of movement in the market. And you want to make sure that you are level-headed and you're not angry and emotional, because if you're angry and emotional going into that number, you could end up with an absolute disaster of a day if you try to revenge trade and have no discipline during tomorrow's price action. Now, I'll be in there, obviously, with the rest of the professional trading mods in True Trading Group. Okay? I'll be in there with all of our members. I'll be talking you guys through this again. I'll be telling you exactly what I think. I'll be going through Jerome Powell's words. If I'm looking at calls, if I'm looking at puts, if it's bullish, if it's bearish, if he's hawkish, if he's dovish, we'll be going through all of that stuff with you guys live on the microphone and while we're sharing our screens. But just keep yourself level-headed tomorrow, because there's going to be so much, usually, the last couple of days, aside from today, you've had a pretty choppy market for the last 3 days. 3 to 4 trading days have been very, very choppy aside from today. Tomorrow, you may get, a little bit of choppiness in the morning, and then all hell breaks loose in the afternoon. I think the biggest moves tomorrow will happen in the afternoon. Okay. So, it's not one of those days where you got to feel like I got to make all my money in the first hour. No, you don't have to, right? You don't have to. There's going to be a lot of opportunities tomorrow throughout the entire trading session. Stay patient, pick your spots. The code word for members. This is a code word for members. Okay, members. If you're not a member of True Trading Group, don't worry about this. This has nothing to do with you. If you are a member, the code word for tonight is Kramer. The code word for tonight is Kramer. Code word for tonight is Kramer. That is for members of True Trading Group. So guys, don't forget what we're doing here now. We're not offering any annual memberships here today. But what we're going to do here is, if you are interested in a trial membership of True Trading Group, anyone that joins our trial today, you'll have a chance at a free membership. So if you want to join our trial, you will go to ttgthree.com. That's TTG3 spelled out. Enter your name and email, fill out the application. If approved, you'll then be prompted to fill in your information to check out and pay $3. We charge $3 just to make sure you're a real person. There is no automatic upgrade. There is no reoccurring payment. It is a one-time fee of $3. And if you guys join the trial today, okay, if you join the trial today, you have a chance at a free membership for True Trading Group. We'll be raffling off a free membership for anyone that joins the trial today. If you have
right, raffling it off right now in the main chat. Right? So you have to go into the main chat right now.
Right. So join the trial right now. ttgthree.com. Then go into the main trading chat room. After you join the trial and you're part of the trial membership, you'll go to your member dashboard. You'll click on the main trading chat room and you'll go in there right now. That chat room is open right now for the trial members. We're going to give away a free membership for those people that are signing up for the trial. Even if you don't win the free membership, that trial membership gives you 7 trading days of access to the platform to trade with us. And for not giving away the annual memberships today, if you want to go through the trial, we'll also give you guys a take it or leave it one-time ridiculous deal if you guys do want the annual membership. But head into the main chat room right now. If you sign up for the trial, we're going to give away a free membership to one lucky trial member. It's $3, guys. That's it. And again, no recurring payment. Go to ttgthree.com. That's TTG3 spelled out.com. Head in there now. We're going to go do it. All right. So
I'm going to go in there now.
Yep. Cool. All right, guys. So that's it. That's it for today. Wild day in the markets. Tomorrow is going to be even crazier. We'll be live tomorrow at 4:00 Eastern time, just like we are on a regular basis, to go over the day. I'll be in chat live with members the whole day tomorrow, as will the other mods. We'll walk you through the whole day, walk you through the process, give you guys the analysis on the speech, the analysis on the rate hike, and more importantly, the trades that we're going to be making ourselves and how we plan on profiting from the action tomorrow. So if you have any problems joining the trial, send us a text message to 786-505-4049. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen. Again, if you have any trouble joining the trial, send us a text message to 786-505-4049. Can the chat room also be accessed on your phone? Yes, but you have to log into the chat room first in order for you to get the information that you need, because you have to download. We have a mobile app, so you got to download the mobile app, and then your ID and information for the mobile app will be there inside of the chat room. Okay, so that's it, folks. All right, later, guys. I'll see you guys all. We're gonna head into the chat room now. I'll see you guys in the main chat. Again, if you're a trial, log into your member dashboard, click on main trading chat room, get in there now. We're gonna do that giveaway. The rest of you, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications. I will see you guys all in chat tomorrow. It's going to be a big day. Today was wild and crazy. Tomorrow's going to be even crazier. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Take care, everybody.